Okay, so this is our office posture reset routine. Now what we're working through here is a bit of hip work, we're working through some spinal work and also some stuff for our chest and neck because we get caught into this hunched over position when we're in front of our computers. Again, we're looking at release and move drills and we focus kind of more on one side. So go back to the start if you want to even things out and run through the video again on the other side. All right, so anterior hip, we're going to be working around the top of our hip where the leg joins. We're looking at all the muscles and fascia in this area rather than one specific muscle. Important area, so we're going to go 90 seconds. Place the blade down, front of the hip on, and time to start. So from here, just trying to accept the pressure of the blade. Move back and forward slightly, and I'm starting more towards my midline, so more in towards my groin. Just working back and forward. Not trying to go too fast. If you feel a real tender point, hold on that point. Ease back and forward on it. You can always flex your knee like this as well and lift the knee off the floor for a bit more pressure into that hip. And then start to work your way towards the outside. You're pivoting out towards the outside of the leg, but still up in that hip area. Back and forward there. If you want a bit more pressure again, you can grab here, back and forward. Find that tight area. Wherever's the most painful spot is where you need to be, really. So keep on going through there. Back to the inside. So that's a minute. Just going to go another 30 seconds. We get very tight through our hips when we're sat down, so it's important to spend a bit of time undoing that tightness. Find those tender spots. Another 10 seconds. Back and forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're going to work through the front of our shin on the outside of the leg, so perineals and ant-tib. Now a good way to do this is to take a small cap and we're going to go into what we call a 90-90 position. So from there, I'm finding that spot and we're going to go 60 seconds. So I'm just underneath the outside of the knee. I'm just working back and forward. In that area, there's a pretty painful spot. And we're going to do 15 seconds there. You can also sweep the ankle like this as you rub back and forward, so you want a kind of friction in that area. And from there, I'm just going to move it down a little bit further. And again, back and forward. Change the position of your ankle, you're going to feel a lot more tension there. Back and forward. Holding that pressure. And again, for the last 15 seconds, I'm going to go a little bit lower. Again, if you want to do a bit longer than this, pause the video and just find 3 or 4 spots that you spend 15 to 20 seconds on. And then come off. All right, so now we're going to work through the quad. So we're working down through the front, on the outside, and towards the inside of the quad. So we're rolling the whole thigh. So we're going to go for 90 seconds because it's a big area. So start in the middle of my quad and roll up towards my hip and then down towards my knee. So this is going to be quite a sensitive area, especially if you trained legs yesterday. So back and forward, working our way up and down the muscle, really trying to bring some circulation to the area, looking for those painful points. There's one there, right in the middle of the front of my quad. So from there, I'm just going to flex and extend my knee, which gives me a pin and stretch style effect on the muscle. So again, back and forward in that area. And I can work my way towards the outside of the quad as well. Again, back and forward, staying quite high. Now I can shift it a little bit lower towards my knee. and work through that bottom section of the quad for the last 30 seconds. This is where you're going to feel it's a little bit more painful. So working through above the knee, make sure you pivot to the outside and the inside. Back and forward in that area. Whoa, yeah, there's the tight spots. Support yourself with your arms. 10 seconds to go, you'll be happy to know, nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, so we're going to work through our chest and just targeting on one side. So I'm going to work up through here, front of the shoulder and chest. Lay this down, lay on my front, and we're going to go 60 seconds, slight angle of the blade. Now, first of all, just get used to the pressure. And breathe into it. And then from there, again, that kind of little oscillation move, of just a little bit back and forward, not trying to go too far. And from that position, we can also slide our arm around, change the position very slightly, open our arm up and then back in through there, right in that gap between chest and shoulder. I can roll out onto the front of my shoulder a little bit here, rotating my palm in, look through that area, and up a little bit higher. Again, just like anything, if you need more time, pause the video and carry on in this area. All right, so we're going to go for a sideline thoracic rotation, upper back and kind of chest drill. So bring your knees up, squeeze the towel. I'm going to go 45 seconds. You can use a pillow for some support for your head. Now arms out, 45 seconds, here we go. So this top arm is going to slide along the bottom arm, reach, open my chest up, and then bring it back. And just reach past the end of your fingers. Slide it back along, keeping this pressure here. And open up. And again, forward and through. And open. Forward. And open, 15 more seconds. Don't forget to breathe. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, trying to get the back of the shoulder on the floor. 1. Good, rest. All right, so going through another half kneeling mobility drill here. This is a hip extension and a thoracic rotation drill. So we're going to go 60 seconds on this one. So we're going to start the timer and we're off. So we're going to reach nice and tall. Hip goes forward very slightly, open that joint up. Don't forget to breathe, hands in. And outside that leg, reach back, looking back along your arm. Try not to lose balance. The other way, reach. I'm trying to rotate through my upper back and torso. I'm not trying to rotate from my hips. I want to keep them facing forward. Reach. And reach. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see again. So pushing the hip forward. Lift nice and tall. Hand comes outside. Rotate, looking back along my arm, hand comes inside this leg, but still hip facing forward. Open out there. Again, 10 more seconds, reach, reach, and one more, reach, and rest. All right, so a spinal decompression drill. We're just going to use the chair, the back of the chair. Hands on the top, we're going to go 45 seconds. And away we go, start the timer. So I'm sitting my hips back away, straightening my arms, and come up and forward. Now you can do this with shoes on or shoes off, doesn't matter. The goal is to really straighten my back. I don't want to be doing this. I want to be thinking spine long. Even reaching the chair away from you slightly. Then come up, push your hips forward, and again, sitting back in. Really think about elongating the spine. You want to look down to the floor, but you don't want to do this. Think long spine, Knees out, the lower you get. Up and forward. And again, last one, big long reach. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, so cervical spine. So basically we're targeting the neck. Now, what we're gonna do here, no more than 60 seconds on this one. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna place it behind my head, almost like it's a pillow. I'm gonna lie back down, place my head down, and we'll start the timing now. So from here, just wanna get it nice and balanced. And all I'm doing is just some chin tucks, or head tilts, pushing my chin up and away, bringing it down, and maybe even a slight rotation to the right, slight rotation to the left. Just let pressure do its thing. Whatever you do, don't fall asleep in this one. Roll into the outside, cross to that side, we'll go 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cool, so we're going to target SCM, or sternocleidomastoid, which comes from the ear round to the front of the collarbone. So we're going to do 30 seconds each side. Grab your cap, here we go. So start at the top, timer has started, and now I'm pulling down the length of the muscle. As I do that, I'm trying to pull my head up and away in the opposite direction. A slight pull. That's like a pin and stretch technique that you get at massage therapists. I'm going to go 30 seconds. Now to the other side. So pulling down the muscle and sweeping around towards the front. And as I do that, I'm lifting my ear up and away. So it comes down, round the back, sweeps around to the front, lift up and away, really trying to stretch and massage the area at the same time. One more. Good. All right, mobilization for the head and neck. What we're going to do is go through some chin tucks. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go hands behind my back, straighten my hands down, shoulders back, and we're going to go 30 seconds. So from here, the timer starts, I'm pushing my head down, and then from there pull my chin in. Lift nice and tall, keep my chin in as I go, tuck. Look down, then peel back in, lift. Hard to talk while doing this one. Chin down, and lift, and one more. And back to the center. All right, so this to mobilize the neck a little bit and stretch out the muscles and fascia in this area. We're going to go 30 seconds. So I'm going to tuck my arm behind my back, pin the shoulder back, 30 seconds starts. Now we rotate away. I want to start looking down towards this side and come back up to the top. Depress this shoulder as you go and back up to the top. Rotate across, look down, push this shoulder down. Back up to the top, a little bit longer. Reach. I think we'll make it 40 seconds if it feels good. One more. And back. All right, Office Angels drill. Now this is for shoulders, thoracic spine, and spine together, and neck. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this for a minute. Now I'm going to show you from the front and the side. Let's start the clock. So 60 seconds now from here. I want you to bring your arms around in front of you, trying to bring the backs of your arms and your hands together. Leaning forward into it so you can find that position, and then open up and out, open your chest, breathe out. Flexing forward. Up, open your palms up. Elbows in, backs of your palms together so you can see from the side. Open that chest at the top. Arms coming in as you go. Open those lungs up. Let's get two more. Straighten the spine and hips. Flex in. One more.